Hey, hello IED students. We wanted to take a video to look at how to draw our L block for our holes assignment on day 3. So here is our drawing file. And one of the first things you're going to want to do is start dissecting this. So when you look at these different views, now it's been cropped a little bit. We're just showing the section view, the top view, and the isometric view. We're not showing the entire drawing sheet here. But I can get all of the relevant dimensional details. So for example, the overall height of this little outcropping is going to be 5 inches. The height to the plateau portion is going to be 3 inches. Depth will be 3 inches. And the overall length is 8 inches. So that's where we would always start. We're going to do additive modeling, and then we're going to subtract out and place our holes within our part. So you're going to want to jump over to your Onshape drawing. You're going to need to make sure, if you haven't already done so, create a new folder. I just titled mine Holes IED. And then once you create your folder, we're going to create an actual document. And we're going to call this L block, holes, and then your name. And from here, we are going to now start our sketch. So we have our quick access toolbar, our browser tree, our graphics window, view cube. This little cool thing down here is our rendering options, which I like to use when I'm dealing with holes. I like to go down into translucent and allow me to see it. That's so I don't have to cut it out from there. So let's start our sketch by hitting Shift S for sketch. Excuse me, we'll pick our front plane. Right click, view normal to sketch plane, and now I can begin drawing. I'm going to go ahead and use the line command, so L on the keyboard, and I'm going to draw this part by clicking my mouse and dragging it. And when I get it close to 8, I'm just going to click again, and then it gives me the editing box, so I can type in 8, enter. That gives me the base, and now the overall height on this little outcropping portion is going to be 5. So I just drug my mouse vertically, left clicked to activate the dimension, typed in 5, and enter. Now I can come over. It's going to be 2 inches here. Now the height is 3, so I'm actually going to come down into this axis in the -2. And now if I click on that endpoint, it'll give me my yellow marker, and you'll see that this is automatically 6 inches. So now I just finish. I'm going to escape the line command. I recommend that you grab your dimensions and pull them outside of your shape to eliminate any confusion from there for us. And so now I have it. Now I want to go ahead, accept that. I'm going to hit P on the keyboard to get rid of my planes. They're just hidden from view. They're not gone. And I want to extrude this. So Shift E on the keyboard. I like this to stay as my front, so I'm going to drag my arrow in the other direction. You can also use this opposite direction here. And then I just need my depth, so 3 inches. And now I have the beginnings of my block. For us down here under the browser tree where it says part, I'm going to go ahead and right click and rename this L block right now. So it's entirely up to you if you want to do it now, or we can do it later, no problem. So now that I have my block, I need to add my points for my holes. Now I have 5 holes in this L block. 4 of them are located on the top, and then the 5th one is located down here on the bottom of my part. So I'm going to put my points for the first 4 holes on the top. So that is a new sketch. Shift S. I'm going to put it right on this plane. Right click, view normal to sketch plane. Now here's a cool little, in the past I've done the line, construction line, just to show you the reference. But just to reiterate what we've talked about in class, these line segments have endpoints and midpoints. So if I just activate the point command and I hover over this line segment, it will automatically grip to the midpoint, and now I can just drag my cursor to the right, and I can left and drop in my 4 points for my holes. Once I have that, I'm going to escape it. And now I want to add my dimensions. So the first dimension is 1.25, 2.5, 3.75, and 5. So let's activate the dimension command by hitting D. This whole midpoint, or the center to the end of the block, is 1.25 inches. This hole is 2.5 inches. This hole is 3.75 inches. And this is really cool that I did this. It could not be solved because when I snapped it right to that center point. Also, so the way that I'm going to get to do that is if you take this whole point and you just put it back on for now. Let's make sure. Hang on here. Let's select our point. Make sure that we stay on that linear path. Now we can go back and we can dimension this to 3.75, which is a little beyond the midpoint of this actual part here. And my final section will be 5 inches. So now that I have my holes placed here, my points, I'm going to go ahead and accept it. And now I'm ready to accept my holes. So in video 2, we will add our hole notations that we will put in and then we'll move on from there to put it in our bottom part. All right, I will see you all back in a bit.